I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. We are changing the world one woman at a time. We're changing families, neighborhoods, communities, one woman at a time. And I get the awesome gift of introducing you to women that are inspiring, that are change makers, that are here to make a difference on this planet for us all. And so today I get to introduce you to someone who's new in my life. Waxela Sananda is a quantum embodiment coach, a galactic shaman, and an ascension trainer. And through the process, in her intentional best-selling book, The Love You Crave, A Course of Ascension, Alchemy, and Connection to the Divine, Waxela guides her clients onto transformational journeys of clearing limiting beliefs, transforming stagnant energy, and into dynamic, creative possibilities. Waxela, welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia. I'm really grateful to be here. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, I'm really interested in you. We do some similar work, but I want to know what is from your point of view, a quantum embodiment coach, and what called you to that?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. So, a quantum embodiment coach is, I'm an ascension trainer, and that a lot of people think of that as going out of the body or leaving the body. But I help people get more into the body to bring more divine presence in and open the heart so that you can really feel more alive, be more present and focused. And in doing that, the body becomes more multidimensional, more able to interface not only with divine source energy, but with all different types of energy, seen and unseen. So a quantum embodiment coach, it's about bringing that presence physically into the body, anchoring your essence, your beingness into the base of the spine, opening the heart center, activating your spiritual gifts, and really holding more of the truth of who you truly are.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, it's really interesting because I do emotional integration work where we use the body to take us to places to disconnect old patterns and beliefs. And so I just love that I get to meet other people doing things that where we all are interconnected in different ways. So I want to know where did you come from? Because I'm sure you weren't just born into a family and said, "Well, I'll be a quantum embodiment coach." Where where did you come from, and what called you to this?
Well, that is a multidimensional question itself. When you say, where did you come from? What
Okay.
level are we talking about here?
Well, let's start with the earthly plane.
Okay, we can start there. Well, I was born and raised in a small town in northwest Iowa. And that is where my training began, not from my physical family, but from my spirit guide family. And so that is the beginning was basically when I was born. I started having early experiences of being visited, of experiencing energy and energetic beings that the other people around me weren't aware of or didn't see. And then ultimately that led me to to be a seeker. And I ended up traveling with a shaman for 3 years in my early and mid 20s, and then I activated my spiritual gifts that way, but it wasn't until much later that I got that heart center activation. And that's when I became the embodiment coach, because before that I was all woo woo. I was all like, oh, I'm seeing visions and like interacting with the galactic family, but I was not embodied until I had that heart awakening. And then I realized, you know what? It's actually fun to be in a body. I actually like the feeling of being in a body. But what had happened is I had closed down the heart center as a child because it didn't feel safe, because I felt too much, because life has trauma and things happen. And it just didn't feel like a safe place to be, or it didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I had control if I was walking around with an open heart. So I had to relearn how to do that as an adult. And when I did, that's when everything came together and made sense for me.
Wow, that's incredible. And What I love about this, and I'd love you to talk a little bit more about this, there's a lot of people that follow me that are highly sensitive, highly intuitive. Some see things in other realms, others just have these knowings and these experiences and dream visitations and all kinds of other things and don't know how to manage it because not if they can't talk to everybody about it.
Mhm.
So that whole feeling of safety becomes important. So, what would you like to tell them, in terms of this, if they're highly sensitive and intuitive and are having experiences outside of what people call the norm?
Oh, that's such a great question. Yes, I was one of those people as a child raised in rural Iowa. I didn't have answers to what I was experiencing. And so for me, and now as an adult, my biggest desire is to connect community of highly sensitive people, of star seeds, and people that are having these experiences so that they know they're not alone. There are so many of us, and it's just amazing to me how the community is growing and growing. What my main advice to you is, first of all, know that you're not alone and there is a lot of support for you out there. And that is certainly one of my missions, to bring community, spiritual community together and help you get the support that you need, and that it is safe to be embodied. And in fact, the more embodied you are, the better it feels to be present here. And so, of course, a lot of that is doing that emotional release, that trauma release work first, so that you can get in, and then really nature is so balancing. Some of the things that I found the most balancing, if I'm feeling, overly sensitive or trying to process through some things, just get outside with bare feet on the ground and soak up some sun and commune, hug a tree, be in nature, talk to the animals, the birds, just soak it up and commune. And if you're lucky enough, like me, to be by the ocean or a body of water, walk with your feet in the water. That's a wonderful way to recharge, balance your energy, recalibrate, and remember that we really are part of the earth and we are extensions of the earth. And the earth is always able to balance out that energy and help you ground so that you can hold more presence.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I was looking at your your life here and your resume. We both speak, we both offer workshops and travel. And so, since you are a world traveler, what have you noticed is the biggest challenge for women to stand in their power and their light?
Mm. Biggest challenge, it's really trusting yourself to be empowered. And as women, I think globally, we are sort of used to being subservient, or second to the man if we have a man in our lives, or, just to step back. And it's not always felt safe to speak your truth, to be in your power. Powerful women oftentimes feel outcast, or people are attacked in some way, right? So to have the strength and the self-empowerment to stand up in your truth and speak your truth and truly be who you are, I think that's probably the most difficult thing for most women, possibly for a lot of men as well. But then also to feel supported in doing that and to have a community. I just think that women are used to being less than, or viewed as less than, and it's hard to get over that hump. It's also hard to own our power and to believe that, okay, if I am in power, I won't get out of balance with my power either, right? If we hold a lot of power and energy. So those are some of the major things that I've seen.
Well, that's incredible. So clearly, you're a person who's done a lot of work. There's been a lot of evolution. There's been a lot of expanding of your frequency. And women who are like you, sometimes it's not easy to have relationships, to have intimate relationships. What have you discovered about being in relationship and standing in the fullness of who you are?
Mm. Yeah, you're right. I have I'm actually divorced. And I but what I found is I was in relationship my whole life pretty much. I thought I always had to have a partner. I thought that, I thought I needed that. That was really it. I thought that I couldn't possibly live this life without a partner. And a couple of years ago, when I separated from my ex now, um, I decided to take some time to myself after that kind of initial turmoil. First, I thought, oh no, I want to find another partner, because that was my go to emotion. And then I decided, no, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait it out. And so I've been single for nearly 2 years now. And it has been so empowering. And what I've found is I gave my power away in relationships. I absolutely did. And it is not the man's fault. I did that. I take full responsibility for that. And now I can see that I was doing that. My whole life I was doing that. And now that I've stepped into this time of really being able to realize that and know that about myself, I feel that if I choose to, if probably when I choose to at some point get into a new relationship, I will be watching myself in that way and I will be aware of myself in a whole new way. And if I do catch myself starting to disempower myself, then I will make sure that I bring myself back into alignment. And the amazing thing about where I'm at right now is I do feel very fulfilled. I feel whole. I feel complete. I feel like I'm missing nothing. I'm lacking nothing. I have everything I need to be a happy, healthy, sovereign being. And I know that I can step into a relationship being whole, not needing someone else to complete me. And for me, that is a difference that I've never had that experience before. I always thought I needed a partner. So I'm looking forward to that relationship that's fully balanced.
Yeah, and when you speak about it, your face lights up, and there's energy. I mean, to be in a partnership that feels filled with equality is a
Mhm.
powerful thing.
Yeah.
So I always ask people the same last question, but before I do that, I want you to tell people how to find you, what you're up to, because you're doing amazing things.
Hmm. Yes, thank you. So I have a website, which is my name, and it is a little difficult to spell, but it's waxelasananda.com. So it's WAXELASANANDA.com. I'm currently doing a summit. If you'd like to check that out, it's waxelasananda.com/summit. So if you can spell my name, you can find everything I've got. That's the trick, though. I also have a newsletter I send out a couple times a week to keep in touch, and I offer all kinds of advice and things that are happening in my life and sharing and introducing new people. I love to collaborate. So I do share a lot with my email list.
Beautiful. Well, so let me just say it again to you all, WAXELASANANDA.com. So the last question I ask everyone is, what is the one thing you want women to know about their awakening at this time on the planet?
Yeah, I want women to know that it's all already inside of you. And you are not just awakening, you're remembering the truth of who you truly are. And when you open up into your heart center, tune in to that divine beingness inside of you, and just listen and be with what is already there inside of you, that is the key to unlock your divinity.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And clearly, you're a living expression of it. And I'm grateful to know you, and I'm grateful that you've been here and that you're doing this work on the planet because you're needed.
Oh, thank you so much, Cynthia. And I am grateful for you. And I just appreciate everything you're doing so much as well.
Thank you. So, ladies, thanks for being here. I love that you continue to come back. We post something weekly. You get to meet extraordinary women. You get to hear their stories and what they're doing, and they get to inspire you to take your next step to greatness. So, please share this with other people. Come back again, and I look forward to being with you. Many blessings. We'll see you soon.